Hello, it's me, DB. From All Things Brass and Technology. Welcome. Listen, what we're going to talk about today, you're probably asking yourself, why is Darren, oh, watch it, juggling that ball? What we're going to talk about today is how the way that I hold the trumpet has changed over the years. So let's get to it. Okay, so I started playing trumpet in the 6th grade, and I was self-taught, for that year, and I was just trying to get a sound, trying to get the buzz and all that stuff together. And then once I hit middle school, I went to a school called Jane Junior High in Toronto, and I was so lucky because the music teacher, his name was Dan Moir, and he was a great trumpet player, man. He could blow. So I was like, wow, I was really lucky. So he gave me my first 3 method books. First of all, which was the Arbans and Clark's Technical Study and the Schlossberg. He bought those for me, and it was very kind of him. And this is not the original one that he gave me, but I found one in an old music store. But this is how it looked back in the day. Let me see if I could get you that. Look at this. Look at the price. Let me see if I could get that. Yeah, dang. Like $8.50, back in the day. So he bought me those 3 books. And so I had great guidance in middle school because, he was still alive, and we talk every now and then, but he was a fantastic trumpet player. So I got a good model. But, he taught me how to hold the trumpet, right? So he had me hold the left hand where, I put the ring finger through the valve hoop, right? And the thumb here, saddle, or the horseshoe or whatever you want to call it, and where it's comfortable. And just hold the horn like this. So, grip the horn with a nice, firm grip. Left hand, he said put the thumb between the first and second valve casing like this. Yes. And turn the fingers up and point the fingers up like this, so you can strike the valves down, and put the baby finger on top of the ring here, right? So like this. So the baby finger on top of this hoop here, and fingers erect, pointed up like that, so you can press the valves down. And then, of course, I don't want to get too much into posture and everything. We'll talk about that in another video. But, a nice open, so, you could fill the lungs up from the bottom to the top, right? Inhalation, exhalation. Then inhalation is passive, exhalation is active. We'll talk about that as well, breathing and all that stuff. But that's pretty much it with the right hand. So thumb, first and second valve case, fingers nice and up like that. And, the baby finger on top of the hoop. So that's, I played like that for years. And this is right here. Let me talk about it. This is a Bach that I'm using for this demonstration. It has a quarter tone fitted on it. Here's a quarter tone slide. So you could check it out and geek out on that. You see the quarter tone right there. Nice. And this is an AR Resonance mouthpiece that I have, which I'm, using for this video. I usually use a KK trumpet mouthpiece, which is a DB8B. But for this video, I'm using the Bach. And this is a 25 large bore. Let me tell you about the 25 large bore Bach. People don't talk about this one. 25 large bore is my favorite Bach, and this is an early elk heart. You know, you see the nickel, and you see the half. You know that's early elk. And I got a video coming up on this horn. It is crazy. But this, the 25 large bore out of all the Bachs is my favorite because it just feels a little tight in the front. But as we get to the bell, and man, it's like a buckshot. It's a dangerous trumpet, boy. You have all the flexibility, but you got that big bottom sound. You know what I mean? So I really love, that's my favorite Bach, 25 large. So for this example, I'll be playing this 25 large, and this is the AR resonance mouthpiece. And this is a mouthpiece that Antonio made for me. And it's, it's nice. I don't know if you could see it. No, you're not probably going to be able to see it. But it has all this pretty design on it. And I like the MSC 40. Yeah. I like that. The 40. And I'm using the AR 40S backbore. I like that small backbore. It's tight up front. I like the tightness here, and then it just explodes, So I could get the agility, but still with a nice full sound. Okay? That's that. Let's keep it moving. Now, when I studied with the great master guru teacher, Bill Adam, he saw my fingers up like this, and he said, nah, straighten them fingers out. So I straighten those fingers out like this. And I have a video on my page talking about this with Mr. Adam teaching this. And he said, the reason why you want to have your fingers straight like that is because when you make them like this, that brings in tension. And you don't want any tension up here. You want this relaxed. Now, yes, there's going to be tension somewhere in the body, but not up here. It's going to happen below the navel, below the belly button, which we'll talk about that in another video. But so he made me straighten the fingers out. So that was the first change in the way I hold the trumpet. And when I'm talking about holding the trumpet, I'm talking about left hand and right hand, because you could hold the trumpet like this, right? The right hand with the ring here. So I'm talking left and right hand. So he had me change from this to this. So that was a bit of a learning curve because, you're playing years like this and all of a sudden like, But I understand what he was talking about. And now I play with my fingers a lot more straight, as you see here. Yes. The next change came from a teacher named Jeffrey Stout at Berklee College of Music. Now, this is what he told me, and this is where the ball, at the beginning of the video, this is where this ball comes in, right? Boom, boom. Not that, but this is where it comes in, right? So he said, with the left hand, act as if you're holding a ball. So instead of gripping the horn tight like this, which could bring in tension into the left hand, if you're holding, the horn tight, he said, act as if there's a ball in there like this. See that? Wow, look at that. And then, so now take the ball out, and you see that? So there's that space in there. So you're not gripping the valves. So it's just like it's almost levitating like this. And so I tried that and I was like, Because once again, we want the least amount of tension in the upper body, right? So I tried that and I was like, hey, I like that. So that was the last change that I made. And both of those changes were fantastic, because it really helped me to, get rid of tension, because there was tension here for sure. And gripping the valve casing tight was definitely putting tension in the left hand. So now having it levitate and having this straightened, the finger straightened, has definitely reduced upper body tension. So those are the two major things that I've changed over the years. But there's one more thing that I want to discuss. This is what it is. It's the right hand pinky finger. So with all the teachers, or many of the teachers that I've studied with over the years, they always say to put the pinky finger on top of the loop, the pinky loop. I just call it the pinky loop, and I'll tell you why I call it that in a second. So on my Schilke X3, which is my main horn, which I'll grab it here. I'm a Schilke artist, a proud Schilke artist, and I requested that they make all the fingers slides loops. You dig? So third loop, first loop, and for the right hand finger, pinky loop, right? I just like the loops. And by the way, this is Schilke X3, beryllium bell, tunable bell. And if you don't know, I want to hip you to this. Schilke is the mark of excellence. So for years, I played with the pinky finger on top of the loop. And then I started to play with the pinky finger in the loop. And for me, playing with it in the loop does not inhibit my agility or anything. I feel just as comfortable with it in or out. And so, I just decided to play with it in the loop, and it's perfectly fine. So that was, I guess you'd call it another change, where I went from keeping the pinky finger on the outside and moving it to the inside, which is, just feels better, And at the end of the day, it's really about how does the horn feel? And we're always trying to make the horn feel, or we should, or I am, always trying to make the horn feel like a part of my being, like an extension of my body. I never want there to be a disconnect. I want the horn to feel as one, and I don't want to fight with the horn, because I'm trying to get to the music, and I'm trying to get my music to the people. And if you're fighting with the instrument, how could you even get to the music? You dig what I'm saying? So that's kind of what's happening. So that's pretty much it. Those are the changes that I've made over the years in regards to holding the trumpet. And I love it. The way that I'm holding the instrument feels so natural to me, which is really what it's all about. It's all feeling natural. Let me play for you. Yeah, I'm play you something. I'm gonna play a ballad. Bit of a ballad. I always like to play ballads in these videos because I feel as a jazz musician that's probably the hardest thing to do, because a ballad displays your heart, your soul, your passion, all human aspects, your patience, and it's something that we as musicians really have to study, because at the end of the day, it's just about melody and song and presenting that in a beautiful way. Yes. Well, if you liked this video, please take a second to subscribe to All Things Brass and Technology. And if you would like to be notified, just click on the notification bell, and every time I release a video, you will be notified. Thank you for the support, and thank you so much for watching. See you soon.